Bottle cap for your thoughts. You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover.
Welcome home, sir.
Can I do something? You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover. Whatever. Yes, lover. You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover. Whatever you...
How may I serve you, master? Not that I really want to.
Yes, lover.
It's good to see you alive and well, sir. It's good to see you alive and...
And ladies, boys and girls, prepare to be astounded, bedazzled, and otherwise stupefied. I'm Three Dog, your master of ceremonies. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for some news. Okay, let's see. Anything new with that rancorous little ne'er-do-well from Vault 101?
You saved my life. Thank you, stranger. I hate to ask you this, but times are hard. Can you spare any more water? You mean I can just have it for free? Water.
Wanderer from Vault 101 to disarm the nasty nuke, and the kid delivered. Hey, nice work, 101. Next time you're in the neighborhood, pop into the studio. Old Three Dogs Toaster's been on the fritz. Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog, ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio. We're Radio Free Wasteland, and we're here for you. Now, some music.
I'm a little busy right now. Is there a problem? That's what my wife said, right before she left to go live with her mother. What's the problem? What? My wife disappeared while I was in a coma. The only good memories I have are of her. The rest are... trust me, those are as real as they come. But I'm not here to talk about my private life. You're starting to piss me off. Did Zimmer put you up to this? You have exactly 5 seconds to explain what it is you're trying to do here, or you'll be leaving Rivet City by way of the nearest porthole. All right, I'll humor you. But this is impossible. I can't be a robot. I'm a human being. I breathe. I eat. Hell, I cut myself shaving this morning. I was bleeding. Robots don't bleed. I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure what to even think about all this. I'll admit this is pretty convincing evidence, but it doesn't make any sense. How can this be possible? Ah! My God. I remember. I remember it all. From before. Zimmer, the Commonwealth, the Institute. My God, all those runners I brought down. You made me remember. Why? How? Never mind. My God. What am I going to do? My life. Everything. It's all a lie. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shove him into a very small box and send him north where he belongs. He is a security threat, isn't he? All right. I authorize you to carry out Dr. Zimmer's execution. Don't think this gives you license to run around shooting anyone you want. Just Zimmer. And that bodyguard, if he gets in the way. Here, use my weapon. I've had it forever, and it's never let me down. Consider it a token of my appreciation. I have 2 sets of memories. One android, one human. Some of these are mine. Some belong to someone else. But I'm choosing to be human. It's my choice. The people on this boat look to me to protect them. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, I'm not really sure. Look, just call me Harkness. That's who I am to the people on this boat who rely on me. It's who I am now. In fact, for everyone's sake, let's just pretend I've always been Harkness. We'll keep the truth a little secret between friends. All right? I don't know. Every time I retrieved one of the runaway androids, they'd fill my head with ideas about self-determination, freedom. At first, I resisted the ideas, but then I started thinking about it. And well, they were right. We're just slaves to them. We deserve lives of our own. So that's what I did. I chose a new life and gave up my old one. And now you've given me both to remember. Bannon and Dr. Lee and I all meet on Monday mornings to talk about citywide issues. It's pretty informal. The council doesn't have much real power. She's one of the members of the council. Runs the science lab here. Don't bother her unless it's important. Her lab is in the stern end of the ship. We're the safest, most secure city in the wasteland. Nothing can get in here without our say-so. Carry on, then.
If you want a gun, you've come to the right place.
They call me Shrapnel. I run this place. Got the best damn armament you'll ever see.
Ain't seen many of those around lately. They're tough to come by. What you looking for? Another satisfied customer.
Let's have a look at it.
Come back soon. We always got a lot of ammo in stock. Yes, that's locked. And yes, I can see.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. I think I've seen you in here before. When you're ready to buy, just let me know. Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes. A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative. It's a place to live, safe from raiders and super mutants. With Dr. Lee on our side, maybe we can even begin to rebuild the world. I'll see what I can do. Straight to the point. I like that. Thanks. Come back soon.
Bannon has asked me to search Seagrave Holmes' room to see if I can find anything incriminating about him. Then Bannon can stop him from taking over his council seat.
Welcome. This is a quick fix. I mean, that's the name of our shop. Polly and mine, that is. My name is Cindy. Cindy Cantelli. Oh, okay. Well, let me know if you want anything. To buy, that is. The Muddy Rudder. Belle waters down the liquor, but it's cheap. It's on the lower deck. Nice to see you again. Are you looking for a quick fix? We've got all kinds of chems. Give me a shout if you need anything else. I'm sure you'll be back soon. Stay away from me. What do you want? Are you one of them? I suppose it doesn't matter if I tell you. I used to be a slave. I saw a slaver on this ship. His name is Sister. I'm afraid he's after me. No! Please don't tell Sister. I think he's a slaver. I don't want to be taken by him. No, he's a big, scary slaver. He's staying at the Weatherly Hotel. I try to avoid him because he might recognize me. I am at your mercy.
Hey.
Let me introduce myself. I am Gary Staley, gourmet chef and gourmand. I'll be preparing your meal. My specialty is Meyerlurk cakes, although the iguana is very popular too. Then you are in for a treat. Here is our menu, sir. Thanks. Thank you for coming to Gary's Galley.
There was some sort of battle in the city yesterday. The
Yeah? What do you want? Yeah, that's James. My own little troublemaking brat. I'd sell him to you if they'd let me. Unless you've got any more personal questions, I'm busy.
Hello. What do you want? I ain't scared, and I ain't your son. Any other stupid questions, asshole? What's your problem, mister? Of course I'm not afraid. I'll take it and he'll never know. I'll have it by tomorrow. It's a boat. A really big boat. My mom is probably drunk, and my dad's dead. Is that good enough for you, asshole?
Gary!
Hey,
You know what I
don't
like?
tell me
Make
your
it rare.
problems.
Oh, and get James something too. Not too expensive, though. He's been naughty.
My pleasure, Tammy. I think I have some iguana bits for James. Have a seat anywhere. Someone will be with you in a minute.
Don't tell me your problems.
Hi, I'm Angela. My dad runs Gary's Galley. If you want anything to eat, talk to him. Dad and I have had a rough time, but we're getting by. She's not very social. Stays in her lab in the stern. She's smart, though. Real smart. James's mom, Tammy, is a real bitch. She treats him like crap. I think it's because she drinks too much. It's noisy, dark, and smelly. But we're safe here. No super mutants or raiders, and maybe Dr. Lee will find a way to get clean water for us. You mean like hitting on me? No. Most of them are polite. Even the ones like Diego that I'd want to flirt with seem to ignore me. Well, one of us is. Sometimes it seems like he doesn't even know I'm there. Really? Oh, thank you. I just know I can seduce Diego with this. Then you'll have to marry me. We'll be so happy. Bye.
Was there something else? You know what you need to do.
That's secure for a reason. Howdy, I'm Seagrave. Seagrave Holmes. I have a little of just about everything here. You don't. No guarantees in the wasteland. No rebates or exchanges either. Oh, and you break it, you buy it. I've got a little bit of everything. Another satisfied customer. The Weatherly Hotel is a good choice. It's on the upper deck. See you later.
Mei Wang is afraid of a man named Sister in Rivet City who she thinks is a slaver.
You don't look so tough.
Well, welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. I'm your hostess, Vera Weatherly. Take a look at our menu. Well, I really shouldn't tell you, but have you heard about Polly Cantelli? He's addicted to chems. His poor wife Cindy is at her wit's end. You haven't heard? Angela has the hots for Diego. But since he's a priest, he's been putting her off. One of these days, she's just going to jump his bones. They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He stands on the top of the bridge tower for hours at a time, just staring out over the city. Oh, yes. She's crazy about him. He keeps telling her no, but he also spends a lot of time with her. It's really not fair to her. Poor James. His mother drinks too much. When she does, she doesn't treat him very well. Personally, I think she blames him for his father leaving her, which is ridiculous. Only 120 caps. You won't get a better deal than that. Okay, then. Farewell.
They call me sister. Don't ask. Smart move. What did you want? So do I.
Sucks.
Agenda for next council meeting. Fence on the flight deck. Taxes. Gates tax. Water tax. Weapons contribution programs. In attendance, Science Representative Dr. Madison Lee. Civilian Representative Bannon. Security Representative Harkness. Bridge repair continues to be a drain on funds. Permanent bridge considered, but dismissed as too risky in case of attack. Bridge tax for non-residents proposed by Bannon. Vote fails. Hydroponics and city health continues well, thanks to the efforts of Dr. Lee and her scientific team. However, system breakdowns are commonplace, requiring much maintenance. Lee proposed recruiting other scientific minds from Tenpenny Tower or Underworld. Vote fails. Attempts to clear out the Mirelurk infestation and down below continue as usual. Harkness and team is able to contain them and occasionally wipe them out, but they continue to nest in the area, posing a theoretical risk if they ever turn aggressive towards higher decks. Bannon suggests closing off lower deck 4. Vote fails. Funds and ammunition allocation for a Mirelurk cleaning operation proposed by Harkness. Vote passes. Dr. Lee leaves early to oversee hydroponics testing. Meeting adjourned.
Good to see you. I'm on duty. Make it quick. Chief Harkness meets with Dr. Lee and Bannon to discuss security matters. It's a waste of a good Monday morning, if you ask me. They should just let Chief Harkness call the shots. She's some sort of genius, you know, one of those egghead scientist types. Her lab is in the stern end of the ship. Bye.
I wonder what Eulogy is doing.
Hey.
My son, you are drifting through life. God can provide you a purpose, just as he did for St. Monica.
No offense, Father, but St. Monica has never done anything for me. I've always had to take care of myself.
Ted, could you please not put your stuff on my bed or all over the floor?
Hey there!
Bye. I'm getting kind of hungry.
I am Father Clifford of St. Monica's Church. She is the patron saint of lost children, very popular among the faithful of Rivet City. I'm surprised you've never heard of her. If you want to hear her story, it will be the topic of my sermon on Sunday. Services begin at 8 a.m. You should come. You would? I mean, certainly. We humbly accept whatever you can spare. However, St. Monica looks most favorably on donations of 100 caps or more. A most generous offer. God bless you. Yes, my flock is all of Rivet City. You should come to services this Sunday. I'll be telling the tale of St. Monica. Saint Monica bless you.
Hello.
It's locked for a reason. Don't get any ideas. Hey!
Did you hear about the fight in the Muddy Rudder last night?
Yeah. Belle's gonna have to replace some tables and chairs.
Saint Monica bless
Sure
you.
she'll just scrounge some from the lower deck.
Bottle cap for your thoughts. You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover.
Yes?
I'm Diego, the acolyte for St. Monica's. St. Monica saved her own son's soul from eternal damnation. She is now the patron saint of lost children for the faithful everywhere. You really should come to church on Sunday mornings. The sermon will be all about St. Monica. Oh yes, Father Clifford conducts services every Sunday morning. You should come. Father Clifford. The sanctuary is in the ship's fore on the upper deck. The good father holds services every Sunday morning. God bless you. That's secure for a reason.
Maybe a quick fix has something that will help this leak. Said it's got all kinds of...
This place sucks.
Had an idea for a survival weapon. There are all these railroad spikes laying around the wasteland. I ought to be able to build some sort of slingshot to fire them like bullets. I tried some really big rubber bands, but that didn't work. I wonder if I could use steam as a power source? Dr. Lee, we both know that Bannon does not have the best interests of Rivet City at heart. He is only interested in making a profit. He would sell his own children, if he had any, for an extra bottle cap. He needs to be removed. I would be glad to step forward as his replacement. Sincerely, Seagrave Holmes.
Seagrave, I do not wish to get pulled down into petty political bickering. Bannon has not done anything wrong. If the time ever comes when he does something truly harmful to Rivet City, the other council members will look into it. Until then, I have a lab to run. Yours, Dr. Madison Lee.
Everything looks okay here.
This place could use a few more people willing to work. Everything is falling apart. I'm the only one willing to fix it.
Hello. I heard that the city council is debating putting railings on the flight deck.
Well, I hope they do something. Remember that child that fell off the deck last year?
Yeah, that was bad. I'm sure they'll do something about it.
Stop what you're doing! I have something important to discuss with you.
Do they not use the word no in the Commonwealth? It means ain't going to happen. Your missing robot just isn't a priority right now.
He's not just a robot!
Fine. Your android. Whatever you call it. It doesn't change the fact that I'm a very busy woman. Will you please drop it and let me work?
I came to this leaky boat specifically to solicit your help. I'd hoped you Project Purity people would be more accommodating. Wastelander?
Janice, have you overbalanced the chemical mix?
They should be just fine. Try it again.
What do you want?
The sooner you find my property, the sooner I can get out of this slum. Really, how do you people live like this? Excellent! Find this Pinkerton and interview him. He may very well know the android's whereabouts. Well, go! Standing around all day chit-chatting isn't going to help you track down my android, is it? Really? Here? Surely not one of Dr. Lee's trained monkeys. Well, find them! The person you're looking for can perform facial reconstruction or a sophisticated computer memory transfer. Go on, shake a leg! Excellent news! We're close. So close! Find this Pinkerton. Learn everything they know. I want that damned android, and I want him now! What? Harkness, you say? Yes. Yes, that makes sense. He used to work for a special branch of the Commonwealth Police, after all. And he's right here, in Rivet City? Excellent. I must wait, find an opportune moment to confront him. Thank you for your discreet assistance and continued discretion regarding this matter. And now for your payment. This combat module will directly affect your central nervous system. I think you will find it quite beneficial.
Did you hear about the fight in the muddy...
Look out! Good riddance. Yes, lover. You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover. Whatever.
Yes?
Yes? Please excuse me. There is much work to be done. I help Dr. Lee when she needs equipment moved. I am no scientist. I just help with the heavy things. Please excuse me. There is much work to be done.
The Constitution of the United States was drafted in 1786 and adopted a year later by the Constitutional Convention of Philly. This document defines the organization of the U.S. government and sets forth the rules and regulations, known as articles. In addition, there are modifications made to the articles by ruling presidents during their reigns, known as amendments. The Society owns the only known copy of the document to exist, which was retrieved from the ruins of the National Archives in 2256. The Emancipation Proclamation was a document issued by the breathtakingly charismatic President Abraham Lincoln in 1862. This executive order was the beginning of the end of slavery in the United States. Although it was issued during the Civil War, making it a war measure, it paved the way for the 13th Amendment of the Constitution, which completely abolished slavery once and for all. The Capitol Preservation Society is proud to have in its possession a copy of one of the most iconic and prolific speeches in United States history. This speech, given by the astonishingly intelligent Abraham Lincoln on Thursday, November the 19th, 1863, laid the groundwork for what would later become the basis of democracy in the United States and set the standards for a country with a government by the people, for the people. The Monroe Doctrine was presented in 1823 by the average and unremarkable President James Monroe. The document warns the European powers of the time not to interfere in the affairs of the Western Hemisphere, citing the examples of colonization and puppet government as possible intolerances. Part of our collection is a copy of the formal declaration of war made on Germany during World War II on December the 11th, 1941, by the government and endorsed by the President Franklin D. Roosevelt. While the document doesn't evoke the brilliance of other masterworks like the Emancipation Proclamation, it still served as a reminder to the world that the United States wasn't a power to be trifled with. Although it is uncertain when the declaration of war on China was made, some say 2066 when they invaded Alaska, others say 2067 when the first power armor suits were deployed to counter their forces. It is the last known document of note authored by the United States government before the bombs fell. Had the declaration had the tenacity and might of a stronger president behind it, say Abraham Lincoln, who's to say what the outcome of those tremulous years would have been?
Quite an impressive collection, isn't it? Well, don't be shy. Have a look around. Abraham Washington's the name. Curator of this little slice of American history. Ah, a fellow scholar, I see. Each of the documents in this room tells a small but important story about the history of the United States of America. Unfortunately, the greatest prize of all is missing from the collection. In 1776, the Second Judgmental Congress got together and adopted a document drafted by none other than Thomas Jefferson himself. It was the day the United States of America earned its name and secured its place in history. This magnificent achievement took form in the Declaration of Independence. Oh, would you? It would mean so much to me and the Society's collection here. You'd secure your place in history. The man who rediscovered the Declaration of Independence. Imagine the fanfare. Sorry, my mind tends to wander. I will see to it that you receive a worthwhile trade. I have in my possession the only known schematic for the creation of something called the railway rifle. Bring me the declaration, and it's yours. Excellent! You won't regret it, I promise you. Imagine, you are taking part in another chapter of American history. I envy you. You can find the Declaration of Independence in the ruins of the National Archives. Please ask them. After all, knowledge is power. Well, this is quite embarrassing, actually. I sent someone like yourself after the declaration. She did some of the research for me, but now I haven't seen her in a few months. I wouldn't worry about it. Many have died for causes far less grand than what you're about to undertake. A piece of what was called parchment, sort of a thick paper, has faded handwritten writing all over it. It's no more than 2.5 feet tall and 2 feet wide. If you find it, you should be able to roll it up carefully. On July the 4th in 1776, a group calling themselves the Second Judgmental Congress got together at Fort McHenry in Maryland. After a ceremony which ended with Paul Revere singing the famous battle hymn known as the National Anthem, the document was signed. From there, it was sent to England by plane, presumably, and presented to King George himself. Thus began the Evolutionary War. Certainly. In the D.C. ruins, you'll find the National Archives, or what's left of it anyway. The building should contain the document in a protective glass case. Be careful. The place is swarming with super mutants. Here, let me pinpoint its location for you. Oh? And have you come to any conclusions? One man's garbage is another man's treasure trove. Don't underestimate these documents. They may not look like much, but their value is immeasurable. Or would be anyway, if only I possessed one more item. Your rude tone leads me to believe you aren't interested in a little proposal I have for you. Now, will you hear me out? If not, we don't have much more to talk about. Indeed I do. Without the declaration, the rest of these relics are almost meaningless. I must have it. Acquire the document for me, and you'll be awarded most handsomely. What do you think? Excellent. You can... Remember, treat the document with care. It's a fragile piece of our history.
Recovery of the Declaration of Independence seems to be a loss. That damn woman I hired, Sydney, she said she could do it. Haven't seen her in months. I bet she's dead or ran off with the advance I gave her. That's the last time I trust someone. Told Harkness to keep an eye out for her just in case she ever comes back to the city. That's what I get for sending a woman to do a man's job. Came to find out through the grapevine that there are a bunch of Lincoln's artifacts still in the Museum of History. I think I may branch out from just collecting documents if I could get my hands on those gems. Only problem is I have to find someone braver than me who can get to the museum in one piece. Bumped into a traveler a little while ago who showed me what he said was a fragment of the actual Liberty Bell. Poppycock, the Liberty Bell is still intact and laying in the ruins of Philly. I have funded an expedition to that dump in hopes of having the entire bell brought back to my museum.
This place sucks.
Good to see you.
Can I have a better gun?
Stay Ted Strayer. You can chill with me if you want, dude. All right, you and me just hanging. Later, dude.
Hey. What's your problem, mister? What did you say about my mother? You take that back! I'll show you. I'll show all of you. When I'm gone, my mom will really miss me. Hey. What? I'm scared. Will you take me home? Take me to my mom? Thanks, mister. Whatever. I bet you're so bad because your mom didn't love you. My mom is that...
Hello, mister. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Nice to see you.
Zimmer's dead. I know. Now he's just another bad memory from my past. Look, I don't know why you wanted to help me, but you did, and I'll always be grateful for that. Now, it's time for me to get back to my life.
Oh. There was some sort of battle in... Welcome back, sir. The city yesterday. The gate guard said the gunfire went on for over an hour.
I'm Tammy. Have you seen my good-for-nothing son lately? The little shit is usually up to no good. What a load of crap. Obviously you've never had to take care of some squealing little brat.
That's why I'm glad.
What do you need? Henry's my husband. I have a daughter, CJ, too. You'll see her running around here with James Hargrave. That poor child. His mother, Tammy Hargrave, is a very troubled woman. She spends too much time down in the Muddy Rudder, drinking and using foul language. I feel so sorry for him. I think CJ is a good influence on him, but I do worry about the two of them. We're the lucky ones. We don't have to fight just to survive. We have normal jobs. I clean the halls. It might not look like it, but you should have seen it before. Goodbye.
I mean,